Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about humanity being in 5D right now. Now, a lot of people didn't make the shift. Now, I'm going to explain what's us being in 5D right now, and I'm going to explain why a lot of people haven't made the shift. Now 5D. Now I'm not going to explain. It's only 9 dimensions. It's only 9 dimensions. Now you could be vibrating at a very high frequency or a very low frequency within these 9 dimensions, but it's only 9 dimensions. So people need to get it fucked up and twisted. Anytime there's added numbers, like when you start to add 1, 2, and you get into your 20s and 30s and 40s, and these are compound numbers. And when we talk about, that's added realms of reality. So it's like 1. So if you in the 11 realm of reality, that's just like you can either be negative or positive. That's the frequency vibration of 1. You see what I'm saying? If you in 22, 33, whatever like that, you're just in the 3 frequency in 3 lower densities or 3 higher frequencies. You see what I'm saying? It's just how you play the vibration frequency scale, because everything is sound frequency. But look, the world is in 5D right now. Now, if you want to know about all 9 dimensions, you could go to my dimension video. I'm not going to break them all down, but we're going to talk about why we are in the 5D. Now, I'm going to go up to 5D so you can get a clear understanding of dimensions up to 5D right now, so you can know what's going on and how people didn't make the shift, but your human vessel is still going to play out the experience of 5D. Now, we know 1D, we know 0. 0 is the point, it's the being. That's the being, the 0, the space before it was a space within the space. You know what I'm saying? Then it became the frequency. That's the 1, that's a line, that's the I, that's the frequency. That's why a frequency is a platform. You see what I'm saying? A line of events, right? Then it was 2, which is duality. So we're going to call that the vibration, which is something it can relate to. It can relate. This is the becoming of the round, before the roundness, the joining of the roundness. Then we have 3D. 3D is your surroundings. You see what I'm saying? And basically what's in your surroundings. Now, 3D, when everybody was in 3D, everybody was so concerned with their surroundings and so concerned with what they could see in the external realm. And they was tying a lot of things to the external realm. So we have to know civilization's been in 3D for a long time. So a lot of concepts that you think you may have, came up with and was smart, and you're smart about, you may be still clinging on to 3D theologies. You see what I'm saying? So as humanity left 3D, you know humanity left 3D as yourself and others around you started to not give a fuck about their surroundings and started elevating themselves. Now 4D is actually becoming a judge of your surroundings. So anytime you're judging your surroundings, that's 4th dimension. So judging your surroundings. So you could say like a little bit of time and time and emotions and feelings and things of that nature. You can say that realm of reality is part of 4D. 4D is less dense. It's less dense. So it's still things correlated that we can find, that we can correlate with physical things that's in 3D, but at the same time it's just leaving the 3D realm of reality. That's why we know how to pinpoint and correlate time. But time is just how we calculate locations. Now you can't actually see or weigh a location, right? But it's there, and the reason why we know it's there because we can correlate it with nature and what's external and what's correlated with our surroundings and relativity, aka 1, 2, and 3D. You see what I'm saying? So now we've been in 4D since like 2012 and things of that nature. Now we have shifted into 5D. Now 5D is actually showing your authority, showing your willpower in your surroundings that you have just judged. You see what I'm saying? 3D is your surroundings. 4D is when you start to judge your surroundings. You see what I'm saying? Then 5D is when you become the authority of the circumstance when you become the authority of what you just judged. You see what I'm saying? So 3D will be like, okay, I'll look at my surroundings, right? Now 4D will be like, okay, let me judge what my surroundings is. Oh, this is a watch. I'm starting to judge the shit in my surroundings. Oh, this is how we calculate time. Oh, this is how we do this. 5D is, okay, let me see how I can utilize this for me. You know what I'm saying? and 6D is becoming a judge. But that's another video on 7D and 8D and 9D, which they're very simple. I could break it down now, but that's going off track because y'all know how I talk. Now 5D, that's what you see what's going on now. Now people are exercising their own energy and into the things that they have judged in their surroundings. See what I'm saying? So now that's why you see computers and scientists and people going out and using high telescopes and things of that nature, and people are being aware of themselves in the time that they're in, and people are starting to judge themselves and starting to act in their own power in the areas in the areas of stuff that they're judging in their surroundings. You see what I'm saying? So that's 5D. So right now, people who have missed the shift is people who are taking old 3D knowledges and old past civilizations and things of that nature and trying to apply them with their left brain in the most logical way into 5D. So this is people who missed the shift. It's people who kicking the 13 sign and things of that nature. We know just by going through the 4D, we know that the 13 sign is unrelative because it's uneven. It's not even. 13 is not even. 13 together creates 4. 4 is 2 sets of 2s. I mean, is 2 sets of 2s. You see what I'm saying? So that's a 4. So it becomes even, but at the same time, when you want to talk about relativity and energies being aligned with each other, things have to be even. Just like balance, things have to be in your own life. If things not balanced, what happens? You have an unbalance. It makes you unaligned. You're unchaotic. So everybody needs balance in their life, right? So that plays out in every mechanism of life. So if we're talking about a system that creates a 360, adding 13 will make it uneven. Which means it was added. It's compound, and something that's added can only be external. So it was added from an external reference. So this ain't nothing but a human mind adding things externally. You see what I'm saying? Where the thing that they added is part of another clock. You see what I'm saying? So if we talk about fucus and things of that nature, that's just, or the 13 sign, that's just a piece of another clock attaching itself to our clock. So it didn't widen our clock to the point that we got 13 now we got a circumference that's bigger than 360. No, it just made itself a part of our clock. So those stars rely in between the Scorpio and the Sagittarius, but it didn't make itself a part of it. You get what I'm trying to say? So people who are still kicking that consciousness miss the shift. You see what I'm saying? People who are still trying to dive solely into nature and nature only and thinking nature is the only way of finding God. They're still trying to find an external representation of God, which the external representation as a whole is God. You see what I'm saying? So you have to find other representations, and people who are going too far into nature are going too far to the right, and that's why they're right into the right, and they're going to go off to a cliff and manifest their own heaven and hell that's separate from the whole God. You see what I'm saying? So people who are diving too deep into nature, they're still in 3D. They missed the shift. People who are too concerned about time, they missed the shift, and they're still stuck in 4D. They're still stuck in an area of life where their spirit and soul is trying to judge their surroundings. They still trying to learn. These are the people who just now getting out of religions, or who just now understood conviction, or just now switched to another religion, or just now found a religion that made them enlighten themselves better, and then utilizing their time and energy for realms of realities that's correlated with this, aka spending more time with learning new things that they think they need to learn, and using their time to quit their job and get into other. These are people who struggling with 4D and maybe struggling with still signals from the third dimension. And they in the fourth dimension, or these are people clearly in the fourth dimension. They on the trail, but they still slightly miss the shift, but they understand what's next. Fifth dimension people is people who are solely into their own power, their own authority, and they're not setting their side. They're not putting themselves in no society things that's tied to 3D and things of that nature. They're trying to create their own society. They're taking back their own power to see how it work in the surroundings that they're judging. And once this time shift and people understand that, and it goes into 6D, then people can become the judge. But you can't even be in 5D if you adding old shit, Because 5D, you're gonna be sitting here using your power and authority, right? Because the vessel is already in 5D, as where Earth is located at in space anyway, right? So if you miss the shift, right, your spirit and soul miss the shift, right? So before your spirit have ideas that could be vibrated and emotionalized for you to gain the expression, for it to even be visible in your vessel in 5D, right? So you sitting here acting in your own power in the surroundings that you're judging, right? But you got old theologies, old sciences, old names, old languages, old gods. You keep bringing back, right? So you are them. So they get to experience 5D through you. And your ass still feel like, well, oh, this being made me find myself. Oh, without this being, oh, it's just words. You can't look at them as deities. Then what the fuck you think words and spirits is? They less dense, less physical, but it's still striking emotion and feeling within you. These motherfuckers come from somewhere. Hey, but you using spirits and spells every day. But your ass just don't look at it that way. But your ass into this shit. How much sense does that motherfucking make? That's what a deity is. You overthinking the shit. When you break it down and describe it, that's what a deity is. The letters and the names we give something because it carries a certain energy that strike a certain emotional feeling, aka strike a certain thing, strike a certain frequency into your soul so you can vibrate where it's vibrating, so it can have power and energy to become solid and matter and to life and existence. That's what it is. There's no way around around it. But it's that religion that you grew up in and that you fucked up in that make you think of things differently and make you get confused between the right and left brain to the point that you thinking you're separating something that's not even separated. Flight boss, bitch, and I need all my soul group to come to 5D. This is 5D. When I get on the tangent and start and take out my flaming sword and start being Dolo the vampire, the fucking slayer, and Archangel Uriel as I'm supposed to, and guard the fucking Eden and shit like that. When I do that shit, I need you to know, if you my soul group watching this, this is not aimed towards you. This is all of us together, all our power going out to these motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? That's what that about. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Goddamn air.